in his career. But at that time, it was a very twisted, very dark movie, and it mashes up. You would love it because it mashes up kind of a horror and sci-fi and a crime drama all in the same thing. In fact, the nice people at Sundance, when we were there for the screenings, in 1999, they said they called it Quentin Tarantino on acid.
Hey, now, Ron, we got to go on break. We'll be back in 3 minutes, so just stay tuned, and we'll catch you after the bottom of the hour.
Perfect.
Scintillas in the stream, hoping for what's true. I'm trawling for honor in this shallow pool. Borealis starlit crown arches over the Puget Sound. Berenice's hair drapes a horizon to the full air. Where is my lucky star tonight? The seventh sister of the Pleiades walks in beauty like the night. Oh, that is best, dark and now lost to me. Only trust in the northern star. That's the only point that's fixed. I once believed in love. Even love cannot bridge this rift. Where is my lucky star tonight? The seventh sister of the Pleiades.
Do you have a paranormal story you want to share on Night Dreams Talk Radio? You could be a guest. Email us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. If you would like to hear Night Dreams Talk Radio on your local radio station, let them know. Tell them to check out www.nightdreamstalkradio.com, and thank you.
Night Dreams Talk Radio, After Dark, wants to give a big shout out to all the truckers that listen to our show. Good evening or morning, depending on your time zone. From the Pacific to the Atlantic to you worldwide. Get yourself a cup of Java and find a comfy, easy chair. And get ready for Gary and his guest on Night Dreams Talk Radio, After Dark. And now, here's Gary.
And here I am. Our guest tonight is Ron Fitzgerald. He is a, Gothic magician, a horror film actor, and, all-around great guy. Well, Ron, are you still with us?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. So how's Dark Realm doing?
Dark Realm has actually been doing really well. It's been picking up again. It's on Amazon Prime Video, so anybody out there who has a Prime subscription, you feel free. Go and take a look at that. It's included in your Prime subscription on Amazon, so dive right in and check out Dark Realm. I mean, for a while we had put it up, and it was transactional, and if you don't have a Prime subscription, you can still watch it transactionally. You can it's a couple of dollars to watch it, and If you have this subscription, though, you can just watch it. So it's been doing good. We've seen a nice uptick in it as I go out and continually, tell people about it and to go on the platform and go take a look at it. And we're still looking at putting it out in some other places. And actually, the DVD still sells well at shows and online for us and everything. But streaming it, streaming, you can't beat it. I mean, everybody wants to see everything. If you got a big old honking flat screen in your house, and you've got Amazon, bang, it's like, having a private screening room at home for everybody now. So everybody loves to, I'm no different. I love to stream things right at home. So it's a great way to watch it. And it's been doing well. And for those that, that don't know about it, it's a combination of all of my work. It's like work as an actor in horror films and my Gothic Illusion show. You get all of that in one movie. It's got it's a live performance meets a horror film. So you get live performances shot in front of a live audience, the same way you would see it if you were there. And then that is coupled with a provocative horror story and lots of dark, sticky fun. Everybody tells me they have lots of fun with the movie. So it's good. You've seen it.
Oh, yeah. I recommend if you're into horror movies and something that'll keep you at the edge of your seat, you got to see Dark Realm. You got to get it.
Yeah, you got to take a look at it. I urge you to take a look at it, especially if you're looking for something. There's a lot of the same kind of horror films out there, and this is definitely it breaks ground in the fact that there's nothing else really like that combines the genres of live performance and horror together into a really different kind of movie. And it's loosely based. It's inspired by the indie horror classic, The Wizard of Gore, by Herschel Gordon Lewis. If anybody is a big horror fan, I'm sure you know that movie. And that was made in around 1970 or 71 and was about Montag, the magician, who was this maniacal magician that went around killing people. And there are a lot of like strange hallucinatory scenes in it and things like that. So there's definitely, Dark Realm definitely is inspired by The Wizard of Gore in that way. So if you like that classic kind of movie, you like Dark Realm. And you like it even better because Dose Magazine came out and said that they got it. They understood. They saw that the connection is kind of like The Wizard of Gore with Dark Realm, and they said that Dark Realm was like what they call it, something a classier, better made version of The Wizard of Gore or something like that. And it's not as gory. I wouldn't classify Dark Realm as a gore movie. There is some blood, there is some nudity, and then an adult situation. So all hallmarks of indie horror. So if you want a strange, fun, weird ride, go check that out. Dark Realm on Amazon Prime Video.
Oh yeah, that's the trouble. If you go on to I'm not going to say the network, but there's a Scary Network. There's a couple of them. You go on, and it's the same type of. Yeah. It doesn't matter what film they're showing, it's the same thing pretty much. And they're boring, and it got to a point where it's the same thing. It's almost as bad as one network having Shark Week, which went on for months. But I mean, the same type of the type of horror type of yours is different, and it takes you from what you're doing, performing, into a scary situation that it just actually scares you. Now, razor blades. How many razor blades do you put on that string?
There's six. 6 go in and 6 go out. And I've had, you can go on and you can count them. You can see it. It's on my YouTube channel. There's on my YouTube channel. You can see a lot of different things. You can see my live performances. There's a lot of footage of live performances. There's a playlist of that. There's a playlist of me in a lot of my different television appearances and things like that. I was on WGN America again this past Halloween, and that goes all over the U.S. and it originates here in Chicago. And I did a new Cool Illusion on there, and I've been on there many times, as well as some other shows. And that just went up today, actually. That you can now see that on my YouTube channel, as well as some of my old. I've been putting up. I did a cable TV show, back in the early '90s, and it was called Fitzgerald Realm, and it was a lot of just weird, dark, sticky fun, strange guests, Gothic magic and horror movie kind of fun and stuff like that. It wasn't a horror host show, but it was kind of in the spirit of that, and and it was really weird, fun, and different. So if you want to see some of that, there's a couple of episodes, and there'll be more coming up very soon from my original and very weird cult classic cable TV show, Fitzgerald Realm, which has started going up on the YouTube channel. So go and like those and subscribe to the channel and stuff too, because there's more stuff going on all the time. In fact, tomorrow as I mentioned David Bowie's birthday, I'm a big Bowie fan, and we passed. I put together a tribute act that is like magic and performance art and a bit of Bowie's music, and that will be up live on the on my YouTube channel tomorrow as well, in honor of him on his birthday. I did that. We recorded it several years ago, but it is it's just now getting up on the YouTube channel. So the razor blades, there's 6 in and 6 out, and you can, like I say, you can go on there and you can see that. And over the course of many performances of that, it's been a lot, a lot of razor blades.
Yeah, and have you ever cut yourself bad?
Oh, yes, many times, yes. There will be blood, and many times there is. Yeah.
James,
oh, yeah.
James,
well,
don't you try.
I mean, I guess that's there's no way I can put it any more plainly, more succinctly than that, is that, yes, they are real razor blades. Do not try this at home unless you're really, really drunk. And that's how I introduced it.
Now, you mentioned...
It is dangerous.
You mentioned David. I tell you, I'm a fan of his music. A lot of people don't realize he was in a couple films. Great actor.
A bunch.
One of them that he was a reporter in Vietnam after the war, and he was taking pictures of where they still had American prisoners, and then they eventually killed him. But I mean, he was a very, very good actor.
He was in a ton of movies. I mean, he started with, he was, and that's what kind of inspired me. It's like they went to him for his look, and Ziggy Stardust and the whole alien, angle he had on that with him and his music and his persona, at least that particular persona, and that got him into The Man Who Fell to Earth, and that was the first one that he was in. And then later, the one you mentioned is Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence.
Oh, yeah.
And he's also in one of my favorites, The Hunger. And what a great vampire movie that is. Susan Sarandon, Catherine Deneuve. I love The freaking Hunger. If you haven't seen it, I mean, it's old. It's from the early 80s. So if for some of you out there that are younger, go check out David Bowie and The Hunger. You'll be very glad you did. Especially if you like vampire movies, because it's a cool, different vampire movie. And then, of course, famously, it seems to get more famous and better known all the time, Labyrinth, the Jim Henson movie that he did, which actually George Lucas was executive producer on that movie, on Labyrinth. And that's like Bowie's music and some other music and Muppets and Bowie and a young Jennifer Connelly. Which is very cool. That thing just seems to be, I still see memes and references to it all the time. People freaking love Labyrinth. And then there's a bunch of other things after, the Linguini incident, and he plays Pontius Pilate in the Last Temptation of Christ, and there's a bunch of cameos he's got and other things. One of my other favorite ones is, because it's a magic movie. It's Christopher Nolan, The Prestige. And he plays Nikola Tesla in that. And, blows me away every time. His entrance in that movie where he comes walking out through the field of lightning and everything that's been being generated in his lab. And just the idea that rivalry between the illusionists back, around the turn of the last century, in the big, what they call the golden age of magic. And when you had touring illusion shows. They went all over the world because it was before, long before the internet. It was before television. It was before so much. There's basically newspapers were your mass media. That's about all you had, and all of your entertainment then was live on stage, and it traveled. It came to you, and that's where we were at that point. And so that's when there's a lot of Thurston Keller and Harry Blackstone Sr. just lots of old, very classic, very, very, very intense illusion shows, and that's always been an interesting inspiration for me. That time period in magic. Not exactly the look of it, but if you go back and look at